In the impoverished Gaza Strip, a hidden industry is flourishing. The drive along the Egypt-Gaza border reveals rows of makeshift tents, each marking the site of a tunnel between 8 to 20 meters deep and more than a kilometer long. The tunnels under the Gaza border are not a new phenomenon. Once used primarily to smuggle weapons into the Strip to fight the Israeli occupation, today the tunnel smuggling industry is essential to the survival of nearly 1.5 million Palestinians living under a crippling Israeli-imposed siege. Israel's closure of all of Gaza's border crossings has meant that much-needed goods can no longer come in above ground, so Palestinians are bringing in what they can underground. None of the merchants we met agreed to speak on camera about their operations, but by their accounts, the labyrinth of tunnels today is a full-blown industry employing 6,000 Palestinians in nearly 1,000 tunnels. It is a multi-million-dollar-a-month business, and it's all happening in front of the watchful eyes of authorities on both sides of the border. In Gaza, merchants say Hamas taxes tunnel operators and imposes strict rules on what can be brought in. No weapons, drugs, or the trafficking of people.
It is the right of the Palestinian people to do whatever they can to break the siege they live under. They have the right to do whatever they can to get what they need, including through tunnels, but at the same time we are watching all the things that are being brought in.
On the Egyptian side, the tunnels are in plain sight of border police, and that's why Egypt is under increasing pressure to crack down on tunnel smuggling, something it says it is doing. In a 2-day period in August, the UN says Egyptian security officials destroyed 28 tunnels. But some Palestinians boast that Egyptian authorities will struggle to shut down all the tunnels because for many Egyptians it's a lucrative trade. For others, they are driven by an ideological duty to help fellow Arabs and Muslims survive an unjust siege. The Israelis and the Americans are concerned that tunnels like these all along the Gaza and Egypt border are being used to smuggle contraband into the Gaza Strip. But for Palestinians, these tunnels are much more than that. They are a lifeline to the essential goods they need in their lives, living under the Israeli-imposed siege. To get a sense of what kind of goods were being brought in, we were guided to a nondescript warehouse in Rafah, where a tunnel trader was waiting for merchants to come pick up their goods they'd ordered. On this day, the orders were cigarettes, teacups, and spare parts for motorcycles. Last week, it was a half a ton of medicine. Before that, 20,000 liters of petrol. Tunnel digging is arduous and dangerous work. Our cameraman narrowly escaped when part of the tunnel he was filming collapsed nearby. Yusuf Jabed lost his son and his brother when a tunnel they were digging collapsed. Since then, he has prevented his other children from working in the tunnels.
I have always rejected this work, and even if we are hungry, I won't let my children do it again, no matter what.
According to the UN, since the beginning of 2008, at least 35 people have died in tunnels so far. Despite the risks, those who do it say it's their only chance to earn a living and meet the dire needs of their families and those of a people living under siege. Ayman Mohyeldin, Al Jazeera, Rafah along the Egypt-Gaza border.